All right, so now we're going to add players to the teams, all right? So what we're going to do now is add all these players into the team, all right? Sometimes it needs to refresh here, so you might want to click on grade and all as I did here, but otherwise it's all ready to go. The best way to add team players to team is to make sure that this on click is selected. And also to delete players, I also have on click as well. Why is that? Well, if I didn't have on click, right, then I would have to click on the player name, then click add player to the team, click on the name, add player to team, or if I want to delete it, I click on there and delete player from team. For ease, it's just easy to have the on clicks on. Now, there's a few rules that you need to remember. When you have when you're adding players into a team using this format, you always need to make sure that you have your grade selected and a team selected, right? If you don't do this, then you're not going to add the players into the teams correctly. Okay, so always make sure you have your grade and your team selected. So now we just need to follow the spreadsheet that Greg gave us to add players into the team. So we've got Ian Archbold and George Maxchef, and as we can see, it just adds them in straight away. Or if I want to take them out, then if I want to take George out, then I just click on George and put in Juan Shu. But we don't want that, so I take him out and put George back in, right? Now, what I also want here is that in Love United, we can see it's John Chan, then Mike Velopo, Cleveland Pizza House is Jim Sohoyos and Jimmy Wang, and VNE will be Chu Fan and Tony Yang, right? And we can see it's all added in. And you can see that all the average rating of the team is provided, okay? Now in D2, you can see we've got Jonathan Campbell and Miles Nichols. PC is Diane Brittle and Ilya Zhang. Jonas has Mark Collier and a TBA, so we'll just leave it empty for the minute. Wheel is Willie Rays and Raymond Collins. And then Kent is Dale Code and Andrew Mezov. And finally, Sinclair is Ching Hua and Xu Chuan. Now, as you can see, if you sort of don't click on a team, you sort of come back and come back in, you see here that it looks like a team has been selected, but it actually hasn't. So you always have to make sure that you always, before you add any player to a team, that you always have your grade and your team highlighted. All right. Very important. Okay. Now what we're going to do is that we're going to have a look at some templates. Right. So I'm not going to talk about night venues. This is something that you do not need to touch unless you're playing in multiple venues. That's not the case for a lot of the competitions I have dealt with, so I completely ignore this. But otherwise, templates is something that you probably need to spend a fair bit of focus on. So I'm going to leave team. So talk a little bit more about team players. So what you can do now is that now that you've created your teams, right, you can actually create a pretty little format. So you can have your names in surname, first name, or first name, surname. And this is a really good way to create a fixture that you can present. So what I like to do is that I like to do copy all grade teams and players, right? And then I have the team names down the side. I don't want the team number. And all it's done is just copied it. If I come back to my Excel spreadsheet right here, I can open up a new tab. And then if I just paste here right here, it gives me a nice and pretty little fixture in Teams. What I could also do is that I could add the rating if I really wanted to as well. So I can copy that, take that. No, it doesn't do the rating. It does the rating for something else. It's in the PDF. Oh no, it's list down with player info. My bad. Yes, I don't want to include the team number. So here, and then you can see that it does a list down and then it includes the rating info. Yes, okay. My bad for that one. And plus, it also gives you the team's average as well. Right. So that's just some different ways that you can present your fixture. And now we're going to talk about templates in the next video.